Pregame.com.
And welcome back to Pregame.tv. Ken Thomson, solo mission, of course, second of two videos. Had the Cubs over the Cardinals for Saturday, and for Sunday, well, we've got a good game up there in the Northwest. Seattle, the Mariners at home, hosting the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Still don't understand that marketing ploy. I know trying to get L.A. there. Look, you're in Orange County. I lived in SoCal. Orange County is nice enough, doesn't need to be associated with Los Angeles, but it is what it is, trying to get those L.A. Bucks as well there for the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Joe Blanton going to go in this one against Hisashi Iwakuma, and Seattle and Iwakuma very, very solid, at least for the first two-thirds of the first half of the season. Iwakuma very solid, and even when Seattle was not hitting, he was winning some low-scoring games. They weren't giving him much run support, but he was getting enough and taking care of business. He has not been the same pitcher as of late, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. Meanwhile, the Angels, a team right now, before the All-Star break, we're recording. I'm actually recording here on Friday night, so they're trying to get over 500, and they can do that with a three-game sweep of Seattle. And wouldn't that be something? A team that basically left for dead about a month ago right now has catapulted themselves back within 2 games of 500 on this Friday evening. We'll see again how they fare in this three-game set against the Seattle Mariners. So again, an Anaheim team that has a lot of work to do in the second half, because they're not just trying to climb over one team in the AL West, they're trying to climb over two. You got the Texas Rangers and, of course, the Oakland Athletics. But wild card, because of 2 wild cards, that is an outside possibility as well for the Angels. So as my good pal Marco D'Angelo says, even though he's not here, he's back in Pittsburgh enjoying the weather back there. Let's make it official. All right, so going to go a little bit different here on this game. Ordinarily, I like Iwakuma, and I like him up in the Northwest. He pitches well, but he has struggled. I'm almost convinced that there may be something wrong with his arm, mechanics, maybe the wear and tear, maybe he's starting to wear down. He's pitched a bunch of innings, but look at this. In his last 6 outings, he's given up no less than 4 earned runs. In fact, 6 in his last outing, 5 games before that, he gave up 4 earned runs in every one of those games. So he's not been the same pitcher. Also, he's given up 10 home runs in his last 24 innings pitched. That will not get it done. His ERA, 2.97 for the season. So when you look, you go, oh, he's solid, 7-4. No problem with a team under 500 like Seattle. This guy's got to be dynamite. Yes, he was really solid to start the year. But like I said, things have tailed off big time. You don't have the greatest of lineups either there for Seattle. Not a lot of guys hitting for average. Nobody over 300 in the lineup there for Seattle. You've got Seager and Morales that have both hit pretty well power-wise, 27 home runs and 96 RBIs between those two guys. And, of course, the most surprising year so far, Raul Ibanez. He has been solid, and the Yankees probably wish they kept him. 22 home runs, 51 RBIs, but hitting just 257. So I'm going to play the Angels in this game. I like the Angels. Joe Blanton, now you're looking, you're saying, how can you take a guy that's 2-11? Well, in his last 5 outings, he has 3 no decisions, and he's 1-1. He did give up 6 runs in the game against Wrigley Field. I'm going to throw that game out. Wind was blowing out a little bit. He gave up 4 home runs in that game. But prior to that, his 4 games before that, he had given up 4 earned runs, 2 earned runs, 1 earned run, and 2 earned runs for a total of 9. 30 strikeouts, just 5 walks for Blanton. So that's pretty consistent there. Now, then you're going to infuse an offense that's really got things clicking. Mike Trout has been ridiculous. I love this kid, the Jersey kid. He's got 21 stolen bases already, 320, 15 home runs, 58 RBIs. He leads the way. Howie Kendrick at 308 having a dynamite year. Ibar and Callaspo, they're back in the lineup now. That solidifies that left side of the infield. Also, Pujols starting to get the average up to 252, 15 homers, 56 RBIs. You'll take it. Trumbo, 20 homers, 55 RBIs, and even Josh Hamilton starting to get things together. He's starting to feel more at home and more comfortable there. His average up to 229 instead of being down around the Mendoza line for a long time in the first half. And he's got some multiple home run games in the last week. He has 14 homers, 39 RBIs. I really think this Angel team is going to get it together, and they are going to get one of these wild cards if they can continue playing the pace that they're playing. And one of the guys they're going to need to step up to get some decisions, Joe Blanton. And again, Joe has pitched well, and he's pitching much better than Iwakuma, so I'll throw out the game at Wrigley Field. I like the way Blanton's been pitching. Other than that, I'll take the Angels. I'm figuring this game with Iwakuma on the hill still going to be right around to pick 'em. I think maybe the Angels even a slight favorite, but again, because the game's up there in the Northwest and Iwakuma on the hill, initially you're going to look and just say 7-4, 2.97 ERA. Maybe he's a slight favorite there, but I like the Angels. I like them to do damage in the second half of the season, and I like them to win this Sunday game up there in the Northwest with Joe Blanton over Iwakuma. Take the Angels. That is my play, and it'll be the final play before the All-Star break, of course, coming up Tuesday at Citi Field as the Mets host that All-Star game. And my pal Marco D'Angelo, he'll be back in Pittsburgh for about another 3 weeks. So Vegas Runner will join me next Friday, and we'll break down some more videos. We'll have more of them. But wanted to make sure you at least got one for Saturday and one for Sunday. Want to also thank our producer, Barry Wong. Barry is one of the guys behind the scenes. Doesn't get all the credit. We take the glory. We're the guys on the camera. But without those guys behind the scenes, we don't have pregame.tv. So there's your play. Take the LA Angels of Anaheim with Joe Blanton over Seattle and Iwakuma. And we'll talk to you next Friday. Don't forget the other guys. They're going to get some time off as well because of the All-Star break, but we'll be back at it next week. And stay tuned to all the solid handicappers with great information. Fezzik's Focus, my buddy Steve Fezzik at 8 a.m. every Monday through Friday. Follow all those, all the podcasting, and Twitter. Guys always tweeting away, especially Vegas Runner, a guy that tweets out some great information throughout the week. And you can get all of that stuff by going to pregame.com. And then, of course, the videos are up, pregame.tv, right there at pregame.com. So we are through for this session. Enjoy the All-Star game. Look for a second half, and looking forward to college football and the NFL right around the corner. I'm Ken Thomson. Have an awesome weekend, everybody.